So now we're gonna do today's episode, which.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, there are a few things to talk about.
Back to school.
But the first thing I want to mention is that this is the first episode brought to you guys with Tomas and I completely in the nude. So enjoy.
And then I'm going to interrupt you and say, no, Seth, I still have one sock.
Doobie-doop-doop theme song. That's an award-winning intro right there.
Grammy nominated.
Yeah, alright, so potential topics for today. There's music suggested to me by my friend Sarah. I'm not going to say her last name.
Okay.
Because, but I have multiple friends named Sarah, but you know who you are. So there's music, and then we can talk about San Francisco, because that's pretty cool, or anywhere where you've been, and we can talk about going back to school. So this will be like a 3-part.
And you want to do your things that make you upset?
Oh yeah, that's right. Should we start with that? Maybe.
No, that should be a middle thing.
Middle thing? All right.
No, but I think about it. Something like that, like a tiny thing like that.
Uh-huh.
Usually.
Yeah. I thought that was a really cool idea. I don't remember how I came up with it.
I'll scoot over so we can smell something.
Yeah. Take my adventure hat back on. This is being with you is the greatest adventure.
I brought the raincoat today.
Yeah, nice. Not the green jacket.
No. I moved to black.
All right.
Also, do you want to get food after this?
Yes.
I'm actually really hungry.
Yeah, I am hungry. I haven't eaten since 2 this morning.
Let's go to Moe's. You want to go to Moe's?
Yeah, let's go to Moe's. Yeah.
Do you want to ask Levi if he wants to come?
Sure. I'll ask. Message him right now. Because he's a very outgoing person. I'm not sure I want to.
Levi might come. There's a 45% chance I'll be there.
Maybe. I don't know. Because, he's part of our little, come to Seth's house and watch Japanese movies club. And he even ditched on that last time.
Who goes to that?
It's Emily, Kimmy, Bryce, Levi, and I.
Oh, God.
The 5 of us get together and we watch the best of Japan. So.
Jeez. God.
What?
Why?
It's so great. We only watched,
it was the 15-year anniversary of Spirited Away recently.
Really?
I think so.
Damn it, I didn't celebrate. No! In fact, I basically celebrated by watching Paprika with my friends, which has a completely different director and idea. It's a great movie.
Oh.
You're going to watch Paprika someday, and we're going to talk about it on the
DIBS?
podcast. Yes.
Who do you think are the 45 people who listen to our podcast?
I don't know, but thank you guys.
I don't have 45 friends.
No, I have 5 friends. It's you and the Japanese film club. Yeah, that's basically it.
Oh,
except because I got to go to Catholic Harbor Camp, make all sorts of friends there. Because that's the best place to meet people.
No, see, I made friends when I was up at Yale, so now I have friends in Lithuania, South Africa, India, Australia, England. Those are just some of my good ones.
I have friends in Texas, Florida, and Georgia. Diverse, yes. And actually, it's
gun-toting white people.
I was about to say they're all. I think almost all the people there were white and Hispanic, but
oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, but there weren't. I don't remember there being a single black person.
There was a black person at Anisha's Hindu camp.
Yeah.
There was no black people at your Catholic camp.
No, but okay, Bangladesh is a country where the people there are black and Hindu, and
this was an African guy. He's half Indian, half African.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
It's
apparently he was a super good looking guy too, and his life's made.
He's good. He's good to go.
Like
forever.
He's like the cool minority.
Yeah, I'm the lame majority.
I thought you were going to say I'm also a minority. And I was going to say Seth.
Well,
you were 1% Native American.
I was going to say I really keep trying to tell my parents, like, let's take a genetics test. We have no idea where my grandmother comes from, and she like physically resembles Native Americans. It's like, let's, and my dad was like, that's true. We should get that test because if you were Native American,
you're going to
pick a college and to study anything. I was like, it's fine. It's fine. Ticket to Cal Arts.
I met a guy at Yale. He's currently at Yale. He's Native American, right? But he looked white. So he pulled this Native American thing out of his butt. But he's studying gender studies.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
That sounds
awful.
Interesting.
Like, what are you doing? If you major in gender studies, you're not allowed to complain about not having a job.
Right. Well, and I think you're kind of a lame person. Like if somebody asks us what we do, it's like, oh, we're, podcasters and we do other things. Like I'm a podcasting artist and you're a
podcasting athlete.
That's right.
Is that what I'm going to go with, I guess?
Sure. And that's super cool. That's like a conversation starter. So it's like, oh, I majored in gender studies. It's like,
I majored in gender studies and I don't have a job, but you know what it is? I'm going to protest everyone because it's not my fault that I can't have a job. It's everyone else's fault. It's not the fault that I just chose something to study that there's no, work for. Like, jeez.
It was so monotone. Like, it's like consistent volume.
I'm impressed. I was really able to hit that monotone pretty well.
I can't do monotone at all. Introduce?
We haven't introduced the...
Oh, that's right. I'm Seth.
And I'm Tomas, and this is DIBS.
Produced by Lingua Nerd Studios with assistance from our tech team, Alex.
You know what? We should make it be like, how TV shows always have the short, 4 minutes before the...
Yeah.
That's what our podcast is going to have every once in a while when we forget to introduce the damn thing.
We are professionals. So what have you been doing for the past, I guess, 3 weeks?
3 weeks I've been in town. Yeah, for the past 3 weeks. Staying here, been studying, trying to do some work, working out.
Yeah.
Nothing exciting. Oh, I went to a Hillary rally.
Oh, yeah. And how was that?
There was a lot. It was like, you go there and you're like, oh, there's future for America, right?
Yeah.
And you hear Donald Trump talk, and you're like, holy cow, we're going to die in 5 days.
Yeah, we went to Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco, which is the hippie, and everywhere, just like Bernie Sanders stickers and posters just all over the neighborhood. And then we went into a record store, and the guy who owned it was complaining about Trump and his friend who was going to vote for Trump. I was like, can we focus on Chuck Berry? Let's focus on who's important here.
Jeez, man.
Did you go to Haight-Ashbury?
When I went, no. We were only there for a couple of days. So we went, one night we went to a baseball game, but we walked around and went to the Golden Gate, which is so cool. So cool. I love the Golden Gate. And then, you know how on the other side there's the little island thing?
Sausalito? Yeah,
we went there. Yeah. We went up and then you get the beautiful view of the city with the bridge. And it's iconic.
I love how great the view is from Alcatraz. We did that just to do, they cover all the touristy things first. We went to Alcatraz.
Alcatraz is cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, but I was standing there and I was like, whoa. This is
you can get a great picture.
My best pictures of San Francisco are from that island.
Yeah. And can you imagine living in Alcatraz and you hear the voices of the city and people enjoying their lives and you're rotting away?
TikTok. Well, they got to have happy fun time. I'm pretty sure it was called that once a night where they would all get their instruments and pretend to play them because I took the audio tour, so now I know all about it.
I did take the audio tour when I went as well.
They mentioned the dude who supposedly could play the trombone, but unlike Kyle, he can only do 3 notes. Just bum, 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 bum.
Can you just imagine, you're going crazy, but you got this trombone player who played 3 notes.
Yeah, it's geez, you're really helping me cling to my sanity, man, with your C-E-G.
It's just ridiculous.
It'd be very unpleasant. It actually reminded me a lot of Vught, the concentration camp in the Netherlands.
Oh, wow.
Which I thought was kind of funny. I was like, Oh man, I'm feeling the Vucht vibes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it would have just been the cold. Like they both have like a musky
But it's
feel.
I really love the weather in San Francisco.
I mean, it depends when and where. I think
It's typically like in your 70s. At night, it can go down to the 50s.
That's true. But taking a bus tour over the Bay Bridge at night, sitting on top of the bus.
Oh, that's cold.
That was pretty cold, but like I used my like Zen powers and it just like overcame the cold, so I was even able to unzip my hoodie and I was like, oh, I'm fine. Well, my dad was shuddering and all wrapped up. He was like, it's so cold. And I was like, I'm fine, man. I'm fine. But then also when we biked over the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
was
especially
it windy, like super windy, so you're like struggling to stay up?
It was awful. Like it was actually one of the worst biking experiences I've ever had. like first off, for some reason, it wasn't like this any other day, but it was so crowded in the biking lane on the bridge.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, and like there were children, so they would crash, and then there were jerks, so they would just stop or just like blow by. Like it's like, have you seen? Wait, what's the name of the movie? It's got Jack Nicholson and Adam Sandler, I think.
Oh yeah.
Anger Management, where he like makes him pull over and sing "I Feel Pretty."
Yeah.
And like he's like, I feel pretty, and the car drives by, and he's like, burn in hell! That's what it's like. But then it's super windy, and then for some reason it was super cold and foggy, so like I couldn't see anything. I was just like in a gray infinity with like storms whizzing past me.
Jeez,
yeah.
Man.
My dad was like, that was such an adrenaline rush. I don't even remember what happened.
Was there a lot of sailboats in the bay when you went?
Oh yeah,
that's so nice.
I would love sailing there. It's so windy.
Oh, that's so nice.
You just pull in the main sheet. And,
sailing is so nice. You're just out in the water.
Yeah, man. I miss sailing. I haven't gone sailing in a few years.
While.
Yeah.
I used to go out on Lake Collinsworth.
Yeah.
Like I would go out. My dad's friend had a boat, like a sailboat, so we'd go out. It was just so nice.
The yacht club was going to have a dock where you could put your boats and then go sailing on the lake.
There's still a dock.
Oh, there is still a dock.
Like, they haven't taken the dock down. Everything else is just closed. And
what's going to happen there?
I don't know. I think it's going to get bought out. The property will get bought.
Yeah.
They should just make it a really nice gym. Like a really nice gym.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm frustrated, though, because that was always the place when I was running around the lake to, like, break into and use the bathrooms.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the code is posted right outside the door to get into the gate.
1924 pound.
That's right, man.
My friends, once I went with them, and one day we got, like, the best hamburger there.
Yeah?
And I was so happy. Like, they put extra bacon on it, and I was in heaven for that, like, 20 minutes that I was eating it.
Yeah, it takes you 20 minutes to eat a burger.
When it's that good, you have to savor it.
Maybe I just wolf food down.
No, I do. I'm with you. I wolf my food down. I eat it quick.
I don't know. I consume all my resources the same way, which is like
very quickly
in 30 seconds and with about 15 hours between. Like,
oh, we're about to get a very nice burrito after this.
We are going to get a nice burrito, which thank God. And seriously, because yesterday I had meals, but like not at normal times. Because we had to be at the airport for our plane to take off at 1:30.
I like the San Francisco airport. Like when we flew in, it was because it's on water. Right?
Yeah.
So like when we flew in, you're like all over the water, and then all of a sudden, like you're laying. I thought it was so cool. I liked it.
I don't like it because they delayed our flight for 5 hours.
But was it the airline or the airport?
United sucks. United sucks.
I mean, Southeast. What is that? Is it Southwestern?
Southwestern is like the king.
No, they had that computer glitch, so everyone missed their flights.
That's okay.
Like we have a friend.
They have a better record than United in my book, man. Like, I have another important complaint about United, but after you tell us what you're gonna say about
we have a friend, JB, that he was supposed to go to North Carolina. And then there was the computer glitch, and then he couldn't go. Like, he just didn't get a flight.
Was he by himself?
No, he was with his parents. Like, they stayed here.
I was going to say, I would hate to be delayed by myself.
That happened to me.
Yeah? I actually just wouldn't, I don't like the idea of being in an airport by myself.
I flew by myself a lot this summer.
Yeah.
Because when I went up to the Navy, it was Tampa, Charlotte, Orlando, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the one in Charlotte got delayed an hour, so that sucked.
That's wonderful.
No, not Orlando, Baltimore. So it was Tampa, Charlotte, Baltimore, and then so that sucked. And then on the way back, my flight was great from Charlotte to Tampa because it was 3-3, and no one sat next to me, so I had 3 seats to myself.
Oh, see, the girl to the left and behind me last night, she had that too, and like my mom and I were like, oh, lucky girl. She was just like barely older than me. I was like, you get a whole freaking row.
I accidentally held Siri down on my watch, and it just picked up everything you were saying.
Nice.
Well done.
Nice. But, what airline was that when you had that lovely flight? It wasn't United, was it?
It was JetBlue.
Yeah.
JetBlue's a good one.
Yeah.
It's expensive, though.
Yeah.
It's not a cheap one.
I don't know. If I had a choice, I would probably always fly Delta. Because Delta's not great.
It's incredibly okay.
Yeah, it's wonderfully mediocre.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like me. It really suits me.
It's if you give it a grade, it's a C.
Yeah, which is wonderful because like most other airlines are D's and F's.
But it's one day I'm going to take one of those what is it? What are the Arab airlines? Fly Emirates one day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to spend way too much money.
Right. Get a private room.
No, the first class. I'm going to spend as much money as I possibly can, first class. And I'm just going to choose their longest flight.
Oh, yeah. I would love to do this.
The best 20 hours of my life is what I want.
Yeah. But it'll actually just feel like you sitting in a room with nothing. I just see you like sitting in the chair being like, what do I do now? Just go to sleep.
That would be awful. I would hate that. That would be that's a waste of money if you're just going to sleep.
Yeah.
I can sleep anywhere, so I mean...
It's like Inception where he pays all that money for... They buy out the whole first class and technically just to sleep for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Just saw that the first time last night.
Oh, really? First
Inception.
time?
Yeah, and I was amazed.
It's a good movie.
I love it, yeah.
He didn't get his Oscar.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. As I watched there are some scenes where I was like, he's wonderful. Why didn't he get awards for this?
He got it, what was it, Wolf of Wall Street where he got it for?
I don't know, which is funny because I don't like Wolf of Wall Street.
Revenant. You don't like Wolf of Wall Street?
I don't like that.
Too much,
No, I just thought it was dumb.
It's a true story.
I know it's a true story. Have you seen what the douchebag actually looks like?
Nah, he doesn't look like Leonardo DiCaprio, I'll tell you that
doesn't
much.
look like Leonardo DiCaprio.
You can definitely tell that the wife was a gold digger.
Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio reminds me of Miles Teller. Like, there's interesting parallels between them, as in, like, they're both...
Miles Teller's grown on me as an actor.
I love Miles Teller.
He almost got the Han Solo.
Oh, really?
He was almost Han Solo.
I think that would have been pretty good.
I don't know who it is, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was one of the finalists.
Huh.
I want to see the War Dogs movie.
Yeah. Well, what's the Bleed for This? Is that the one where he's, like, the boxer? I definitely want to see that, because that, like, it reminds me of Whiplash. Did you see Whiplash?
I didn't see Whiplash.
God, it's so good. You need to see Whiplash. And that's J.K. Simmons, who plays Ford in Gravity Falls. It's such a great movie. I would recommend that to everybody. Everybody above the age of, like, 13. Especially anyone who ever wants to, like, try and do something.
With their life?
Right, like anyone who wants to have a skill in a particular field, I would recommend Whiplash.
The Olympics start today. Well, actually, they already started.
Yeah.
The women's soccer, but
yeah, the ceremony is tonight.
That's gonna be nice.
Yeah. Oh, and it's in our time zone, so it'll be
at night.
Normal. Yeah, it'll be like. Except our cable box isn't working right now, so the clock is ticking to fix it.
I don't have cable, so I'm just gonna see if we can stream it on my computer.
Yeah, we don't have Wi-Fi either.
Oh, you're lying.
I was just jacked. I got home at 4 a.m. last night, and I was like, "What has happened?"
What time did you go? What time did you wake up this morning?
I don't see. My sleeping is weird because I just.
What did you just don't sleep?
I wake up every 2 hours to pee, and then it usually takes me an hour and a half to go back to sleep. So, like during this.
You're sleeping for like 30 minutes at a time?
Yeah, like during the school year, I'll go to bed at midnight, fall asleep around 2, go to the bathroom at 3, and then 1 to go to sleep until I get up at 5. And I basically did that last night. Like, I got in bed at 5 in the morning, which, god dang it, that was awful. And then I don't think I fell asleep until maybe 7-ish.
And you wake up at what, noon?
Like, yeah, around 11, which is perfect, because that's when Bryce usually gets up, and I had to go get my dog from him, so...
Oh, Bryce watched your dog?
Yes.
That's so nice.
Yeah, my mom had no faith in him.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
Bryce is good at, like, Bryce does that for other people.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, and I was like, no, Mom, he's perfectly good. And then when I brought Bailey to his house, he, like, creaked open the door and leaned out, and it was, like, dark inside. Like, no lights were inside his house, and he had no pants on. I was like, you look very equipped to take care of business.
I saw him walking yesterday.
He's looking for Pokemon.
Yes.
Pokemon Go came out.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
This has happened. Like, so much has happened between this episode and the
what
previous
level are you on? Do you play?
Just so that I can converse with people about it.
I just play with Sammy and Rohan.
Right, so I'm only like level 5.
I'm 9.
Yeah, nice.
What team?
I don't even remember.
What color?
I picked one of them. I can check.
This is important.
I can check.
I might kick you out.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing that was awesome in San Francisco.
Everyone's playing Pokemon?
No, there were so many Pokemon. And they had like a special event the night I got there. So they're like, all of the gyms were doing something special. I don't remember what it was, but it was...
Like, honestly, Rohan's told me he's going to take me to Tampa one day and we're just going to look for Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Because big cities have so much.
Yeah,
so much
it's
fun.
so easy. Like in Lakeland, I was like, there are 2 Pokemon in my neighborhood. And then...
You have to go downtown.
Right, but then in San Francisco, we were waiting for the cable car. Worst type of transportation ever. Hate cable cars now.
They look cool, though.
They look wonderful, but man, they are horrible. But in line, waiting to... Like, I went up like 2 levels.
Oh, really?
Like, I caught dozens of Pokemon. I was like, oh my goodness.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah.
You know where there's a ton of Pokestops?
Ooh.
In Florida Southern? And the cemetery that's on... No, I'm being dead serious.
Let's go hang out in the cemetery.
No, that's my line. I'm not going to the cemetery for Pokemon.
That
is my line.
I would go to the cemetery for Pokemon. I don't know. I mean...
I think that's my line. Like,
you're already bound to find a dead body while playing, like other people have. But,
no, I mean, there's those people that fall off cliffs because they're not looking up from their phone.
Yeah, that's
idiotic
craziness, yeah. But, like... it's funny how much it's caught on that.
It's
like
a
I
good
don't.
Game. I enjoy it.
It is a good game.
But people are getting out, you know.
Exactly. Like I'm impressed with the community building that's going on. Like it's really it helps people exercise. It helps them exercise together.
When I was out at like 3 in the morning once with Sammy and Rohan, we left a party. Like we left a party to go play Pokemon. And then there's a bunch of people.
That's how you know you've won.
That's
That's how the game developers know that
the game has beaten me.
Mm-hmm.
But we were at Lake Mirror, right? And that's where you have to go. It's Lake Mirror and downtown are like really the only 2 spots in Lakeland.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. Like, come on, we need more Pokemon in this town.
More Pokemon. Yeah.
My phone died when I was trying to catch a Squirtle. I was so upset.
Yeah, that's rough. Though when I was in Melbourne, man. I would have expected there to be none because we were in this empty high school, like in the middle of a forest in Melbourne for Catholic Arbor Camp.
Melbourne, where?
Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like a half-hour drive away. There's tons of people living in beachfront property.
There was a couple.
Yeah, there was actually a surprising amount of Pokemon, and I remember at 11 at night. Which is when you're supposed, 10:30 is when everybody has to go in their rooms, and 11 is when everybody's supposed to go to sleep, and then 12 is when everybody actually does. So around 11, I was going up to brush my teeth, and I passed by just a mob of 30 people, and my friend Ben was like, I saw a Jigglypuff in the parking lot, and they all just ran.
I went after that Jigglypuff.
I was like, what? Well, I didn't have Pokemon Go at that point, but it was so wonderful to watch, and there were counselors too, these people that are supposed to be ushering everybody into their rooms for the night who were
part of it.
Yeah, they were all running with the teenagers to go to go catch Pokemon. I was like, well, my one friend is with his lady friend in the darkness, but I would if I were him, I would come here. I would rather be catching Pokemon with these guys.
That's how you gotta live your life.
Yep. Which, quick story about he and his lady friend, because this was brilliant. This is like a tribute to my friend Ned. I don't know if you know him, but he's awesome.
Uh-huh.
And we had like free time one night. Like usually have free time after about 9:30 to just chill out in the night, which is usually when people go and like make out, or in the case of the one dude, the first year I went, have sex on the bus where I have to ride home in his seat. In the like I was like, I hope this isn't where it went down. I hope it was in that dude's row because he deserves it and I don't. But so this is my friend. I'm not gonna say his name. Maybe I will. Yeah, his name was Jordan, and he was with his lady friend. I don't know what they were doing because they were off in the distance.
Yeah,
I think they were just like holding hands because it was a pretty open area. So like but and I was hanging out with a bunch of dudes. Most of whom had probably never come in like physical contact with a female before. But and Ned and I found a frog, and I picked it up and I was like, oh, this is super cool. And Ned was like, dude, take it and go propose to his girlfriend. And I was like, I would love to. You should do it. and if he'd said no, I probably would have. But since he was more willing, I just let him. So I gave him the frog, and he went over to Jordan and the girl sitting on the bench and got on one knee and held out the frog and said, "Will you marry me?" And then, from my perspective, she yelled and flew up and like fell into the grass, and she was crying. It was awesome.
That's ridiculous.
And she was like, I didn't see his eyes at first, and then I just looked at his hand and I saw them staring at me. It was awesome. She cried for like
I mean,
a while.
And someone's about to, she probably thought he was about to throw it on her. So, I don't know. There's a tiny frog on my windshield yesterday, like a tiny one, probably like the size of like maybe half your pinky.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually like the cutest thing ever. Like I was just like, oh.
Let me stop driving and put you in the bushes.
I was so happy. It was like adorable. It's like the type that it was like the type of frog that you want to make your background on your computer.
Oh yeah,
like one of those.
Or a poster, which was in the closet where I slept at Catholic Over Camp. My bed was in the closet.
Did you come out of the closet?
I came out of the closet. Yeah, trust me. I slept in there for a week. I've heard every possible coming out of the closet joke you could possibly imagine because
you came out of the closet.
Because I slept for a week in a closet that was in a classroom full of homophobic Christian friends of mine. So
like all of them.
Oh yeah. I heard all the jokes, but and I was chilling in my closet when Jordan, the girl, came back a few hours later. And because he had to get something, and technically you're not allowed in the rooms that belong to the other genders, but that rule doesn't really apply to girls, just like how dress codes don't apply to guys. Yeah. And so like he was grabbing, I think his weed hat or something, and which we found at the work site. We were like, we're here to do community service, and he was like, dude, a weed hat, yes. But so he was like grabbing his things, and she stood in the doorway, and Ned was like, hey, I love you, and she was like, you.
Sounds like very violent.
She had awful language. She was a jerk, and I'm glad that she fell on the grass and cried. And then Matt, the chaperone who came with us, he was the coolest bald speech pathologist in the entire world, was like he was supposed to console her, but he came back in the room later. He was like, she's such a drama queen. I'm glad that happened.
That's how you gotta live your life, you know?
Matt, man.
Would you be able to describe some... Okay, let's move on to our next segment that Seth and I would like to introduce.
That's right.
It's quite fun, and I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
And Seth and I are going to take turns. Seth will start. But we're going to we're going to say something that makes us upset. And
in less than 10 words.
Less than 10 words.
We're just going to go back and forth. No comments on what's being said. I had a bunch of these pre-prepared in my mind, but I've forgotten all of them, so we'll see how it goes. If there are any awkward gaps, I'll just edit them out. So it's just boom, 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 boom. Let's see. My first complaint would be United Airlines and their inability to do anything.
Okay.
So you take it from there.
All right. Overexcited teachers who try to get too personal in your life.
In contrast, I'm going to do douchey teachers who don't care about their students at all.
Okay. Overdue library books. Only need 3 words. I hate overdue library books.
What do you like?
No, like people who don't turn their library books in on time.
Oh, see, I hate people who get angry about that.
It's very simple. You're borrowing something from an organization that is doing good in this world, and then you read and helping other people read. And you're just going to be all selfish and not return the damn book on time. Just grow a pair and just go, okay, here. You can just check it in and check it back out again.
All right, then I have something to tell you. On my bookshelf is a copy of The Catcher in the Rye, my favorite book, which was checked out of the Cape Coral Public Library in 1988.
You know, that's okay. That was okay.
And I also have a copy of War and Peace from the library we're in right now that was checked out.
I'm going to steal it from your house and return it.
2011.
I'm like Robin Hood.
Are you like Robin Hood? Who is going to read War and Peace? First off, they have other copies.
I don't care.
Second, who's going to read it? Who else do you know?
You have an obligation. When you signed your library card, you said you would return your library books promptly and on time.
I don't even think I have my library. I don't know where library card is.
You know where mine is? Whip it out right now.
No, because I have something better. I have something that beats your library card, and we're whipping stuff out of our wallets.
Polk County Library.
Hey, I got the same background. They got the little star. I chose the star for mine. But what I have...
And you want to know what it says on the back of the card? I'm going to read it for everyone. I agree to be responsible for materials borrowed on this card, to pay fines for overdue items, and to pay for the replacement of lost or stolen materials. I will give notice of change of address and will report the loss or theft of this card.
All right, well, if someday when I grow up, I produce a TV show, an animated TV show, which I would love to do, and then I have money, I will make a marvelous donation to the Bartow Public Library, which is a wonderful public library, and I love. And
it's very underrated.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Well, like the lake out there, beautiful view, beautiful place to go hang out.
If you sit back out there in the back, you can the Lakeland one's really big.
Yeah, I don't know if I've been to the Lakeland one.
No, there's also a very nice view of the lake.
Huh, but you know what trumps... Oh, yeah, I know where that is now. You know what trumps all library cards? The Books a Millionaires Club discount card. Which
how much did you pay for that?
It's like $20 a year, I believe.
Right, and you just get cheaper books, basically.
You get... I mean, it's usually... I think it's like 10% off of every purchase, but then there's always like special deals. So like I got this sequel to To Kill a Mockingbird. If you haven't read it yet, don't. It's garbage.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? But I got that for 50% off. So.
Do you think it taints the legacy?
Oh yeah, it taints the legacy.
That's right. Yeah.
Except I'm working in my world. I'm working under the assumption that it is non-canonical because in the To Kill a Mockingbird universe, in the mythos, because it's just so bad. I was like,
To Kill a Mockingbird is such a good book.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's
I really loved it.
Yeah, it's
one of the better books I've read.
Yeah, and it has like it has themes that are sort of reminiscent to me of like Paper Towns, but then are better expressed.
You know you're a teenage girl, right?
I actually love Paper Towns. I read it all in one day. I was at Hilton Head Island where I got my adventure hat that I'm wearing now, and I downloaded it on my iPad, and I started reading.
I've heard it was very good. I do think John Green's a very good person, just like in general.
He's an awesome person, and he can be an awesome writer.
Some of his stuff isn't very good.
Yeah, I didn't like The Fault in Our Stars because it was poorly written.
It was over. Everyone's like, "Oh, The Fault in Our Stars is so good."
Yeah.
No.
And there are some things on his YouTube, like okay, Paper Towns is rotten on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think was dumb because it was an alright movie. It wasn't as good as the book, but
it wasn't that good.
But
I saw it twice. I paid for it twice.
I think what they said for it on Rotten Tomatoes was very interesting, which it says like they were like Paper Towns isn't nearly as profound as it wants to be, which I think is you could say that about a lot of John Green stuff. Like even on those like YouTube videos, it's like okay, you're trying to be very profound here, and you're not. It's okay because Paper Towns is still a fairly profound book. It's really good, but it's not as earth-shattering as the filmmakers tried to make it.
Yeah, they thought they had this perception that it's going to be this like world-changing great story, and it's not. I mean, it's a story that's been told. You know, it's
good though, but yeah, it's
you know,
yep.
Guy falls in love with girl. Guy does something to get girl back. Have we not heard that story before?
Yeah, but like, yeah.
Come on.
But the ideas that go along with the story are kind of.
I agree. I know.
Special, but
it's not very good.
Yeah. I remember the one thing I particularly like about John Green's work is the way that they're very enjoyable stories. Like the part of Paper Towns where they're in the car. Driving to New York. It sucked in the movie. It was really poorly.
Yeah, I heard in the book that was really nice.
In the book, it's so awesome. Like it's divided into not chapters but hours. And there's just like 4 chapters where it's just like I sleep. But then the other it's really good. It's really funny, and it made me want to take a road trip and like pee in beer bottles and stuff.
That's always good.
It was good. Like there's a part where he has like a weird colored drink, and it's not all gone, but he has to pee, and so he pees in it while he's driving because he can't stop, and then he wakes up his friend to show him what color it is, and it's really funny. It's very funny. Unlike The Fault in Our Stars, where it's like let's take 2 17-year-olds and make them Shakespeare.
Was it the last one who was angry, or was it me? 10 things that make us upset.
It was you. You're talking about library books.
Alright, so it's you. Go.
Yeah, alright, my turn.
We went off as we said we weren't going to.
Yeah, no. People who waste water bottles.
I reuse my water bottle.
Yeah, well, but just like the people who will like throw out half full water bottles.
No, that's just not right.
Yeah, it just makes me want to hurt them. Put my hands around their neck.
What?
Trying to make that as creepy as possible.
The Koch brothers. They bother me. Do you know who they are?
No.
Alright, these multi-billionaires, right? Like they're right, obviously brothers. But
Yeah.
they're super Republican, right? So they pour money into Republican campaigns and stuff like that, right? They said they're putting in $100 million into this race.
Wonderful.
That's more than either candidate is.
Yeah.
And what it is, they're just going to put in, and what is, they put it into like lower level government.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like basically responsible for like America's shift to the right a little bit.
That's smart because like lower level government
that's where it's
is actually where it's at.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's such a smart idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I disagree with their policy and stuff like that, but
which relates to my complaint, which is people who are obsessed with the president, like who will be president, because the president doesn't have that much power. That's the point of the democracy.
No, but the president does have power, though. I mean, executive orders are a thing. And Trump has said he's going to go in and he's going to get rid of Obamacare. He's going to use an executive order to do that, and then he's going to use executive orders to get rid of gun control. He's going to use executive orders to get what he wants done.
Yeah, but I mean, like I remember when Obama was elected, I was still at Resurrection, which was a very Republican school, and my one friend was like, Obama will destroy America, and I was like, I don't think he physically can.
Well, I mean, there's also the fact that the president is the representative of the country, so they do have to meet with foreign leaders and stuff like that, and like very important deals.
One of my primary worries about Trump is just like remembering in the Netherlands, they're like, Trump is the representative of your country, and I was like, yeah, but he's not the representative of me.
Jesus, that man, God, he's ridiculous. Like,
I mean, I haven't paid a lot of attention because I can't vote. So
that's fair.
You'll be able to vote, right?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
So I've been paying attention.
But yeah, so
Hence my rants every once in a while on Facebook or Twitter.
I don't use social media for.
Actually, my Twitters haven't actually been ranting. I've calmed down on it.
The only thing I've used Twitter for in the past 3 weeks has been
to promote this podcast.
Yes, that's true, and for the Cypher Hunt, because the Gravity Falls fandom was the most lit place on the internet. It was amazing. It was amazing, and I was so close and yet so far from where it was all going down, because Alex Hirsch, the creator of the show, my like idol, I want to be him. I can't be, but I would like to be. He had like a statue made of the main antagonist from the show. It makes sense if you've seen the ending why he did this. But it buried the statue in the forest and like in the northwest of the United States, and then hid clues all around the world to get people to try and find the statue, which is very in line with the theme of the show. And they did it, and I would like to say I helped out, but I didn't actually make any meaningful contribution. But it was
said hi.
No, but like trying to crack some of the codes, I didn't succeed because only like 10 people can say they actually cracked any of the codes because there were only 12 clues. But like it was amazing. At one point people were doing like all-nighters to solve a puzzle. Like one of the clues was a huge puzzle of Bill Cipher, who's solid yellow. So there were like thousands of pieces that were just yellow. I was like, this is a nightmare watching like Jason Ritter as a voice actor on the show and just fans.
He tried to do it. That's awesome.
And they did. They solved the puzzle, and so Alex Hirsch released like the original draft pilot, like not the one that actually aired, but the original idea, which is not good. That's why it didn't get aired. But
that's pretty cool.
But yeah, and apparently he's gonna send out some deleted scenes too. But yeah, and then they found the statue in Reedsport, Oregon, and it was annoying because I was in Yosemite.
Oh, okay.
Like when it happened, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm so close!" I watched like the live stream of them finding it. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so close!" And I was like, "Dad, can we drive to Reedsport?" And he was like, "No." And now we're so far away, I'll never get to.
You'll never be there.
I'll never be there. And then like in Yosemite the next day, I met a girl who was wearing like the Dipper Pines hat. I was like, "Yeah, they found the statue," and she was like, "Yeah." Awesome! It was awesome.
Attaboy says.
It was really an amazing experience to see like thousands of people all around the world working, and like the last clue took like a week to solve, and like everybody was posting very funny memes about being tired, and I was like standing in the cold in San Francisco like drawing on the clue, trying to figure it out.
How'd you like Yosemite?
Okay, Yellowstone is up here, and Yosemite's several trees down.
I really liked Yosemite. You can get out.
Yosemite is all right. It's all right, and
it's so pretty.
It is pretty. It's very northwestern, which is nice because I love the Northwest. But like maybe it's just because I'm partial to Montana because it's the best state. But I found Yellowstone to be more accommodating and just even prettier. And I think it's bigger, which was nice in some ways and not in others. But like there's a place called Lamar Valley in Yellowstone where you can go and just see like herds of buffalo
that's true.
running across the road down the mountains and across these beautiful landscapes. And then in Yosemite, like I was stuck in a parking lot for an hour.
No, but Yosemite, there's such a beautiful view with the lake. There's a lake, I can't remember the name of it, but you go up on the mountain, you overlook the lake, and it's very naturist and happy.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
I don't know. People are crazier in Yellowstone. Well, they're crazy in both places, but I think
in Yosemite, everyone's just kind of like high.
Yosemite had nicer people, but it was harder to get around. All of California, what is up California? Like, it was so hard to... All transportation sucks there. They've got planes, trains, automobiles, boats, all sorts of wonderful transportation methods, and they're all terrible, from like the cable cars to kayaks.
Oh, that's a silly boy.
It was so annoying.
It's such a cool state. I love California.
I like California too a little bit, but I was definitely frustrated by the fact that I was like, I know why there are so many homeless people in San Francisco because they can't get out.
Oh God!
Like, there's no way to leave the city.
They're violent in San Francisco, though. The homeless, because
there's a lot of mental.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what it like. They'll go up to you and they get closer than anywhere else.
Yeah, right outside our hotel, there was this one dude who was like screaming
and
sad. Swearing.
It's so sad.
And I was like, I can't do anything for you, man.
I mean, I try and give change every time I can, but when I'm out walking in the street, I don't have quarters on me.
Right.
I gave $1 once.
I usually don't even have money on
me. Exactly. Normally, I don't even have money.
Yeah, especially when I'm with my parents. I bring my wallet when I'm with my parents because
I just haven't
spoiled.
Yeah. I mean, I always bring my wallet because I need my ID for stuff, but...
Yeah, sometimes I don't have my wallet with me when I drive, which is bad because that's where my ID is.
Yeah, I actually do that. I have done that before.
Yeah, and I always get very nervous because I'm like, don't pull me over, cop. But I never speed, so it's all good.
I think you want to finish it up?
Sure. What should we finish it up with? Should we talk about music, the topic for the episode? Whoa.
Recently, my good friend Sammy has introduced me to this man named Ugly God. He's this rapper.
Oh, he's a rap, okay.
So I don't know if I can say it. Any of the words that are in his song. Just check out Ugly God.
Yeah.
It's check it out on SoundCloud.
It's like when I sing NWA songs for Ella.
I love
my
NWA.
Sister Ella. I love them too, but when I sing songs for her and her cheerleading friends...
Wait, what?
She is constantly FaceTiming her cheerleading friend. I'll get out of the shower and go downstairs to get some water to drink at 11, and she'll be down there with her friends. And it's like, oh, I didn't know you were having a sleepover with everybody tonight, and now they see me in my polar bear pajamas, which I have my undershirt tucked into, and I have them pulled up to my chest.
You're known as the nerdy brother.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's like, oh, it's your weird brother Seth, but I don't know. So yeah, sometimes I sing NWA songs for them, but because some of the cheerleaders are 9, I censor out all the swear words. When you sing...
So you're
basically, yeah, Ren, MC Ren's part of Straight Outta Compton, I can't even keep the beat going. Because there are parts with 3 swear words in a row, it's I guess I'm just not singing the second half of that line. It's very... yeah. So I understand the not being able to sing the lyrics on our podcast, which is PG-13.
Yeah, or at least so we say.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I guess it's not. This episode is not PG-13.
Drop 4 F words.
Yes, though they were all in quotations.
Doesn't matter.
I know what I'm saying. It's not me. It's just the people around me that are angry. If we kept talking about United and the times that they've put my mom and I next to kids by themselves, I was potentially gonna actually swear for myself because I've done that more than once.
A little kid, or just a...
Yeah, the last time I flew back from Denver, we had... I don't know how old he was, but he definitely had, mental disabilities. You could see it physically and behaviorally.
Aww.
And then he was from Miami, and he spoke Spanglish. There were a lot of things where he didn't know the English word for them, but then there were other things where he didn't know the Spanish word for them. And so it was really hard to communicate with him. And then...
Did you sit next to him?
My mom and I did, yeah. We were in a row with him. She was directly next to him. Okay. But and then his parents, I don't know who they were, but Diego's father, I guess, yeah, you're a douchebag, because he gave him nothing to do on the plane. So it was 4 hours. We have this semi-disabled kid who's alone sitting here on the plane, and then the steward, who looks like Jason Alexander, comes over and he's like, would you like something to eat? We have a cheese platter.
He got
a cheese platter, and so he spilled honey everywhere.
No.
I was. My mom was like, can you not just bring him freaking chips and a soda? Why does he need a cheese platter?
I need a cheese platter.
Yeah, and then like kids when they're by themselves on a plane, they have a little wristband so that their parents can identify them. Well, Diego ripped his off, and Jason Alexander was like, "Oh no, you're not supposed to do that. I gotta go and
redo it.
Take care of something," and then he left and didn't come back. I was like, "Thanks for that, man. Thanks so much."
And with that,
well, you got to finish on a joke.
You're the one who's going to give us the joke.
I'm trying to think of the joke. Wait, I'm trying to think of something from Game Grumps. Hold on, I'll edit out this pause in a bit.